Here I just want to tell you all what I want is really safety in schools, nothing more. I don't mean to insult any parties, I don't mean to defame, I don't mean to degrade any certain teachers or parties. I just want schools to be safe.
Ain, would you also encourage more students to come out and voice out of what's happening in school despite you going in and out of balai? Would you encourage more students to come out and say?
It is our right as students to have safety in schools, and it is what I am fighting for right now. So please, to any students out there, if you want to, we can start to make hashtag make school a safer place, a movement where a lot more students voice out.
Ya, pada hari ini kita datang sini kerana ada satu laporan polis terhadap Ain dan juga bapa dia. Dan kita datang kerana kita nak bagi solidariti kepada mereka. Ini adalah tindakan yang tak perlu berlaku. Tak perlu berlaku kerana ini adalah macam kill the messenger instead of listening to the message of the messenger. Dan message ya, dengan laporan ini, message yang disampaikan ialah jokes about logo is acceptable. Ya, dan ini adalah satu salah, nilai yang salah yang laporan polis ini boleh dibatalkan. Tak perlu mereka masuk ke police station dan buat investigation siasatan. I think it is very unnecessary.
You be strong. Yeah, we are with you, and we will come out in support. Okay. Terima kasih.
Kita akan beri statement kepada polis dalam beberapa minit. Kita jumpa IO dan kita akan macam biasalah, dia ambil statement, tanya apa-apa, saya pun tak tahu apa dia tanya, apa section pun saya tak tahu. Tidak diberitahu sehingga sekarang. Tapi kita akan ambil apa pun perlulah, tindakan perlu untuk menyelamatkan Ain. Okey. Okey, itu saja. Terima kasih.
Okay, one question. Selain pada 1 million tu, I was told that there are other demands.
Basically, there is a $1 million demand. But I have advised my client that he got a case to counter sue. And I have issued a reply to say we are suing you for $5 million for causing inflicting intentional emotional distress.
Same question. Well, I feel the NFA sets a very uncomfortable precedent for this case. It might discourage other people who are in the same situation like Ain from coming forward and reporting cases of sexual harassment.
And then, what sort of, this kind of thing, right? What kind of message are they sending to the public of this?
It sends a message that the government does not take this seriously. The Ministry of Education does not take this seriously. Young people's complaints aren't going to be heard, and that sexual harassment is just a joking matter. That's the wrong message to send, in my opinion. It should be dealt with very swiftly and seriously, and there shouldn't have been any delay in the first place.
Now, currently, we don't have an anti-sexual harassment act as well as anti-stalking one. How you have been observing over the past 2 years with COVID? How has this impacted the welfare of women?
I would say that because we don't have an anti-sexual harassment bill, and with COVID and people being at home, women and also children or teenagers are actually more vulnerable to sexual harassment online, and there's no outlet for that. There's no ways of reporting it. Yeah.
Right. You yourself have mentioned earlier that you were a victim of sexual harassment like this. So how do you feel this kind of case going on?
For me, I find that it is really ridiculous. When the NGOs, when the MPs, keep pushing for the anti-sexual harassment bill to be tabled in the parliament and turn it into a law, and then you have this victim in the school
where the school, the teachers, headmasters, all that, they don't give her the support that she ought to have. That's why, you know, I'm so glad that the media gives her so much support, and the civil society and the general public give her a lot of support. So that is the reason I feel like, you know, I must come here and give her the support to encourage her.
Oh, IB, what do you make of the, you know, not until today, right? There's no response coming from the Education Minister as well as the Women Minister on this matter.
Exactly. This is a question that I want to ask. How come at the cabinet level, none of the cabinet member say anything about this case? And whereas that, you know, I think we have heard from the government that the anti-sexual harassment bill will be tabled in Parliament. So if they are serious with the issue related to sexual harassment, this is the case where if I were the education minister, I will call up the headmaster, I will call up the cikgu, the teacher. I'll find out what's happening and you know, put my foot down and want the school to you know, settle this internally. But now we see that the education minister not saying anything. Even the women affairs, you know, family affairs minister also not saying anything. So now the most ridiculous thing is for the teacher to go to sue the student for defamation and even lodge a police report against this you know, underage student. I think this is the biggest joke that we face now.
What do you think this is? What do you think the effects are for the? I mean, how does it set? Is it a setback towards student rights, female rights? What are your feelings on this matter?
I think that it not only in relation to the women's rights, yeah, but it actually sends a very bad message to all the school teachers, to all those who are actually handling students, that violence against women is now acceptable, even if it's a joke. Yeah. I think that by actually taking her to the police station for investigation, actually sends a very bad message that, you know, students can't talk, can't question their teachers, can't even give any comments. That's one. Secondly is that it actually perpetuates the whole idea that rape is acceptable in our culture, which is not, because we have been fighting, yeah, women's groups have been fighting against rape and all these myths about rape and trying to stop jokes about rape. But by taking her to this level, I think that it is really sending a very bad message that, you know, you can't talk about rape, you have to accept what the teachers say, and that the whole educational system actually accepts jokes on rapes.
Okay, since we're making this quick, is this the first time something like this has happened where a teacher has actually sued a student for whatever reason, and is this going to set a bad precedent if it does?
I'm not sure whether this is the first time, but this is really a big case where a teacher actually make a claim of 1 million against a student.
Wait, let this guy go first.
I mean,
Okay.
She is 17 years old. I mean, in what kind of framework is this teacher in that you sue a student for 1 million? Yeah, because on something that you have yourself actually said it. Yeah, you have made a joke. So if you are wrong, you just have to admit that you're wrong. That's all. And it will set a much better example. But no, now it has actually set a very bad example to say that, you know, we don't tolerate any questioning and we actually tolerate rape. And that rape is not a crime.
The case is investigated.
Bro, scroll down, please.
Okay. The case is investigated under Section 504. 504 Penal Code. Okay. I read to you. Intentional insult with intent to provoke breach of peace. Okay. Okay. Not a very serious offence, tapi it is still a criminal offence. Okay.
Bro.
Professional and they did their job well. We have no complaints, and they will refer this to the DPP and come back with an answer. It is okay. And this case was reported 3 months ago, not baru. Okay, all right. Ain.
I don't have much to say, but just like what Uncle said, the police were professional, and me and my father were being cooperative towards the investigation. I really hope to see the result of the case. Thank you.
How does this make you feel, Ain? How does this make you feel?
I don't really have any comments to make because it's like legal thing, so I don't want to make a lot of comments. Thank you very much.
Will you continue the good fight?
Yeah, I will.
Do you feel sad, disappointed? Do you feel it's a setback to your student activism or whatever?
I believe it's very sad and it's very heartbreaking, but whatever that went inside the police, I felt like the police were being very nice and stuff like that. So
How do you feel about the support from Malaysians to you so far?
thank you so much, Malaysia. It was really a lot. Like I felt very happy, but honestly, just like thank you so much, Malaysia. Thank you, and continue to support #Make School a Safer Place.
Okay.
Father? Ayah?
Ayah.
Saya ucapkan terima kasih kepada semua yang memberikan sokongan dan saya percaya Victoria ini akan memberikan kebaikan untuk semua lah.
Okey, saya dengar.
Dan selebih daripada itu saya serahkan kepada pihak peguam untuk uruskan. Terima kasih banyak semua.